up the heat on this chilly December night in Bowling Green as Tennessee State vies to end the Hilltoppers' 4-game home winning streak. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Riley Chestnut, joined by Jay Walton. And Jay, I can't think of two teams that are farther apart in terms of time spent playing together than Tennessee State and WKU.
Yeah, Tennessee State, one returner from last year, 15 new players. West Kentucky, on the other hand, in the day of the college basketball, the transfer portal, they have the luxury of having a lot of guys that have some experience playing together.
And it will be a big-time battle tonight. But first, it's time to give you our players to watch, starting with the Tigers' starting point guard, a journeyman by nature, Justice Jackson.
Yeah, the first thing you think of is his speed. Look to him to get this Tigers offense ignited in transition. Hadn't shot it as well as he'd like early in the season, so I'd like to see a couple of jump shots early go down for him.
As well as set the table for Tennessee State's high-flying offense, whereas for the Hilltoppers, fresh off a double-double, you can't get any bigger than Babacar Faye.
Well, I just can't say enough about the improvement that he has made year over year, gone from a role player to the focal point of the Hilltoppers offense.
Time for our keys to the game, starting for Tennessee State. If they want to get their fourth win, it's going to be important to defend without fouling the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, they do. They got to keep the Hilltoppers off the foul line. They're going to be very aggressive, especially in transition. So they're going to have to sprint back, stop the ball, keep West Kentucky out of the paint.
And then tonight, the Hilltoppers will have to rebound the ball well against a Tennessee State team that's second in the nation in rebounds per game.
Yeah, they got a very athletic front line for Tennessee State. And we all know West Kentucky wants to get out and run in transition, push the pace. You can't do that without getting stops and rebounds.
Let's have some fun tonight, Mr. Walton.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to a track meet. Should be really fun.
Two teams that are in the top 30 for adjusted tempo. Who will win this scrimmage to the finish line as we get ready for meeting 10 all-time between Tennessee State out of Nashville and your WKU Hilltoppers here in Diddle Arena. Faye at center court, jumping for it, and that tip gets swatted all the way out of bounds by Tennessee State's Carlos Williams, so WKU wins that ball. Never seen that before, Jay.
Yeah, you don't often start with an out-of-bounds play 3 seconds in.
And off we go. The Hilltoppers, after the tip was won by Williams so strongly that he tipped it out of bounds, Hilltoppers get the inbound on their front side. There's Don McHenry, matched up front with Aaron Nkrumah, the team's go-to defensive stopper against top options. As that ball is tipped, swallowed up, Weston fights, and we have a jump ball. Tennessee State wins that possession back after all.
You can tell they're ready to sit down and guard in the half court. Very, very active with their hands, create the deflection there and get the ball back.
There's Brandon Weston of Tennessee State, leading scorer for this Tigers team that is averaging 84 points per game. Starting lineup, as you can see for Tennessee State, it's a new look roster. None of these guys played for Penny Collins last year. Justice Jackson, our player to watch, works off the pick. Throws it away, trying to find Weston on the kick.
It was the right idea. He had the help on the ball screen in the paint, so that the shooter was open on the wing, just sailed the pass a little bit. Good idea, just got to execute better with the pass.
Don McHenry, last year's conference tournament MVP, as we see the starting five for the Hilltoppers. Braxton Bayless getting more time in that starting point guard role for his old JUCO coach Hank Plona as of late. Number 3 for McHenry, spotted. Nice driving kick by Christian Lander.
Yeah, he had his vision up, his eyes were up the whole way. Not able to get to the basket to finish, but finds his teammate in the corner. Excellent kick.
Tennessee State with the drive from Nkrumah. Saved on the bounce over to Lorick. Tigers now move it around. Weston on the far wing, 17 points per game. His pull-up is short. McHenry saves the rebound, and the Hilltoppers run quick. Faye on the other end, misses the jam, but he's fouled. Oh my. Time to do a welfare check on the Hilltoppers' big man, Babacar Faye, as he tried to hammer down the poster.
Yeah, he and Weston both come up a little worse for the wear after that contested dunk attempt. I'd like to see, hopefully both guys able to hop up quickly.
You'd hate to see a player like Brandon Weston go down for Tennessee State. As we see Hank Plona, the first-year Hilltopper head coach, second-year coach at WKU, on the screen. Weston
I'm not sure they didn't butt heads as they were in the air at the rim.
I do recall on the replay of that fast finish that Phi got fouled on by Weston, it looked like after Phi missed the jam, Weston grabbed his hand while he was in midair before taking the fall with Phi. So Babacar Phi settles at the line, 82% shooting this year, career best.
We talked earlier about our keys to the game, keeping them off the foul line. Here they are, barely 2 minutes in, and West Kentucky already shooting free throws. Just an excellent job by Phi running to the rim, and a great find there in transition. Tennessee State going to have to get back, protect the basket to take away those easy opportunities.
For the moment, Brandon Weston, the leading scorer for Tennessee State, is off the floor after he fouled Phi on that vicious slam attempt. Phi hits both free throws, and the Hilltoppers lead 4-0. Up ahead, it's Williams, back to Nkrumah. Now Nkrumah has to do some handling as Jackson works off the ball. Give it up to Langlis. Pass hooked over to the right side where it's tipped out by Lander, saved under the basket, and thrown away. Turnover forced by the Hilltoppers. Back the other way quickly, Bayless holds. McHenry matched up with Jackson. Dribbles off the flash screen right, floater blocked but fouled. Foul called on Justice Jackson for the push.
And again, West Kentucky back to the foul line.
Great job by McHenry utilizing his speed to go to his strong left side on the right side drive.
Yeah, he's got a great first step. A really, really hard guy to keep in front off the dribble.
McHenry rattles the free throw in and out. Uncharacteristic miss for Don McHenry, but it has been a little bit of a down year for last year's conference tournament MVP. Don McHenry only shooting 41% for nearly 15 points, but he hits the second free throw, 5-0 Hilltoppers. Okay, WKU playing with a 1-2-2 backcourt press look that McHenry tips away on. Good break by Tennessee State. They've got the numbers going inside. Shot blocked though by Marshall, my goodness. What a stand for Marshall. Here comes Lander. Bayless with the dribble sideline drive. Looks to McHenry. McHenry with the bump. Lander goes inside left, floater around the rim and in for Lander with his strong hand. And a timeout's been called by Penny Collins for the Tennessee State Tigers.
Well, great start for West Kentucky. A lot of points in transition already. Got to the foul line a couple times. That shows you how aggressive they want to be. It started at the defensive end. Tennessee State had a couple early turnovers and deflections, a block shot that's all led to these transition opportunities. They got to clean up their passing a little bit, especially in the half court, and make this more of a half court game.
The pressure, another aspect of it, like you say, Jay, that's really rattled Tennessee State so far, who might be dealing with an emotional rattling after seeing their leading scorer, Brandon Weston, get hurt.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that situation. Hopefully we'll see that young man back on the court soon because the Tigers really, really need their leading scorer and one of their best producers on the floor. So we'll hopefully he'll be back soon. He's not hurt too bad.
It's already a tough spot for Tennessee State when their lone returning letter winner from last year, Newt Wood, is out wearing a boot on one of his legs.
Yeah, you don't want to see him in street clothes tonight. Then one of their most steady ball handlers and most reliable shooters as well. And like you said, the one guy on their whole roster that has experience in a TSU uniform.
So Penny Collins and his Tigers spotted a tough card so far. Down 7-0 to the Hilltoppers as Tennessee State tries to get their first win ever over WKU. Jackson in the front court, guarded by McHenry. Jackson hasn't taken a shot yet. He's collected one foul and committed one turnover. Player to watch for Tennessee State, drives in on McHenry. Right side hook, blocked, saved, and floated back in nicely. Good response on the boards by Amir Langley, and Tennessee State's offensive rebounding is a factor to watch, Jay.
Yeah, sometimes when you get off to a slow start and the ball's not going in, you know, that's the best thing you can do is to make some hustle plays and attack the offensive glass.
It's one of Tennessee State's strongest areas as Lander forces the turnover and McHenry takes it to the cup. Wow, what a fast response. So the Hilltoppers playing in a track meet and forcing turnovers as a result. Marshall kicking, Fake by McHenry. Pull up Jay. Around the rim and out. Rebound sealed off by Nkrumah. He brings it up for Tennessee State. Hooks it to Langley's. Langley hands off to Jackson. Weston's back in the ball game. Good thing to see for Tennessee State after that scare he had fouling Phi. Jackson bumping, slipping underneath, scoops it, misses. Offensive board by Langley, but it comes with the offensive foul for pushing.
Yeah, I didn't see it. He might have got him with a hand in the small of the back as he was going up, but that would that's what TSU needs. They need to get something going offensively, and the offensive glass right now has been one of their better weapons. They've really been very careless with the basketball and allowed the Hilltoppers to take it away several times already.
Amir Langley committing the foul. Busy on the boards this season. Langley, Tennessee State's leading rebounder at nearly 7 a game, takes a seat. Jalen Jackson, 6th-year guard out of San Antonio, gets fouled by Nkrumah, using his physicality to his advantage. As we reach our first media timeout with 15 minutes and change left, the Hilltoppers are running out to an early lead as you watch more college basketball ahead here at Diddle Arena on ESPN+. What a start for WKU's defense, turning 4 Tennessee State turnovers into a 6-0 points off turnovers advantage, Jay.
Yeah, just a bad start for Tennessee State. When you're on the road, you want to make sure early in the game you're getting quality looks every time down the floor. 4 turnovers, almost as many turnovers as they do have shot attempts right now. So definitely got to settle down offensively for TSU to keep West Kentucky out of transition.
And there we see on the screen the longtime head coach of Tennessee State men's basketball, Penny Collins, in his 7th year leading the Tigers program. Last 2 seasons, he's taken new look rosters to a couple of OVC tournament appearances, while Hank Plona tries to carry the Hilltoppers in his first year as a D1 head coach back to the tournament. Lander.
What a great run for Coach Plona on the junior college level. Ridiculous winning percentage at that level, and excited to have this opportunity here at West Kentucky.
The man knows ball, that's for sure, and he's trying to make the most with a roster that, because of his continuity and connectedness with the players, decided to come back instead of transferring out when Steve Lutz left for Oklahoma State. Nkrumah out front. Bodenhammer into Ogundele. Nkrumah rises, misses. Lander can't get the rebound, loses it out of bounds. Remains Tennessee State ball.
Shot didn't go down. That's their best offensive possession yet. Got a little post touch and an inside-out 3. That didn't go down, but that's the kind of possessions they need to start stacking right here.
The physicality really apparent as the 3 from the corner is to Aaron, and Thedford races out with the board, looking ahead to Phi. Phi loses the basketball, and it's saved to Phi. Wow!
Not exactly how they drew it up, but reward Phi for running the floor. Didn't get the chance in transition, but the ball falls right to his hands, so good for him.
Babacar Phi helping the Hilltoppers be one of the fastest running teams in the nation, 32nd in the country in fast break points per game for a reason. Nkrumah from Weston. Tennessee State down 14-2 early. Hook arounds. Nkrumah, hard drive is cut off on the 2-3. Saved to Ogundele. Big man goes to work on Phi. Spins, floats it, misses the banker off the rim. Rebound gets tipped out though. Another second chance board for Tennessee State. Man, Weston losing the handle on that easy pass. Gives the ball back to WKU, but right now, you can see why Tennessee State is second in the nation, is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation, as you see that save in from Bodenhammer to Phi for the jam.
Yeah, freshman mistake there by Bodenhammer trying to make a hustle play, saves it right under the other team's basket, leads to the easy dunk right there. But it's a good hustle both ways.
Very true. Jackson to Enoch Colombe. Got knocked in the head in the Hilltoppers' last win on the road at Evansville as Thedford flies a 3 and misses. Heat check time. Here comes Jackson for Tennessee State, facing Jackson. Ogundele, former Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, has the ball poked and saves. Tries to bounce it backdoor and hits the leg of Leroy Odiaye. So Tennessee State will keep it as Ogundele, the big man, subs out. And Tennessee State brings in number 11, Antoine Lorick III, their best field goal shooter. Weston catching inside, misses the shot, but he's fouled on the way up. What a key to watch for tonight, Jay. Both these teams need to avoid getting into a foul fest with each other, as that has been a problem at times for the Hilltoppers defense.
Yeah, they would. TSU would definitely like to get to the foul line more, and maybe this is how Brandon Weston gets untracked right here. Good out of bounds play, had the position inside, went up strong, and earned himself a trip to the line here.
Weston, a 79% foul shooter for a Tennessee State team that shoots 62%, best gun by far, and he swishes the first free throw. It's the Tigers their third point with 14 minutes left, down 11. Weston, the former Rhode Island player, Seton Hall Pirate, at his third stop in his college career, swishes both free throws. And Tennessee State at 4 points, still down by double figures here at the home of the Hilltoppers. Jalen Jackson facing Jackson. McHenry. Oh, open look. McHenry breaking the zone with a fake, drives in, scoops it and scores. Nice extension by McHenry.
Really good shot fake. Very patient, slow shot fake. Gave it time for the defender to come out of his stance and then the blow by.
Lorick up the right sideline, kicking it over to Bodenhammer. Now it's Jackson, jump pass, Weston the fake, inside, lays it in. That's a nice shot fake too.
Nice ball movement, very unselfish. He could have easily taken that three-point shot, but Weston wide open under the basket. Good look.
Good steal by Tennessee State as well to earn another shot to build on this recent run. Bounce pass, Lorick in the middle, loses the ball, and it's picked up by Thedford. He likes to run. Let's see this train move it to Kalambe. Left wing three, kaboom! I swear I've seen TV dinners that take longer to heat up than this Tops offense.
It doesn't take long, man. You've really got to get back and stop the ball and locate those shooters. That's their bread and butter, and so far that Tennessee State has not made them do anything different.
When you play a team that runs this fast, Jay, how can you even hope to get your defense established?
You know, I don't know what Coach Collins' his base is, whether he sends three guys to the offensive glass and two back. But I know when we were coaching at Lipscomb University a lot of those years, we would play against a team that was really, really good in transition, and we would send three guys back and get two in the paint, one stop the ball, and then you start talking, locating shooters, and matching up after that. But yeah, it really, really starts with sprinting back, getting the ball stopped in the paint.
Weston back at the line for his second straight trip. Takes the breath, eyes it, flies it, rolls it in. A couple points at the line for Brandon Weston, the Tigers' leading scorer. And now he leads their 1-2-2 zone defensive look.
And that's one way you can slow West Kentucky down. You score a little bit more, and then you set up your three-quarter court press to kind of break their tempo a little bit. But yeah, so far not a lot of offense on TSU's end, allowing West Kentucky to get out and run.
Kalambe, good to see him playing after that injury he suffered that sent him out for the remainder of the Evansville game. Back on the floor playing healthy as Odiaye had a clear catch but couldn't hold on to the ball. Tennessee State wrestles it away and then bumps it off Odiaye's head. Way to use it. Now Thedford driving in. Slips it off and Odiaye's high shot is in. Wow!
Tough catch and finish in traffic.
I don't think I've ever seen a turnaround pass bump off a player's head to lead to a steal. Missed three there. Rebound swatted around the paint. Saved by Odiaye. He's hustling. Some big-time moments for Leroy Odiaye, the former Old Dominion Monarch, as Jackson with a high scoop serves it up smooth. Well, if you're Tennessee State, your defense is doing solid. The Tops are just making difficult shots.
Yeah, those last couple finishes have been really, really tough in traffic for West Kentucky.
Weston can't get the three ball. Offensive board. Thrown away. Good pressure down low forced by Odiaye as Kalambe hands it off, and Jackson takes the drive past the rookie and gets the goaltend call on the late swat by Langley. Jalen Jackson turning up the heat as we reach another media timeout with the Hilltoppers rolling on Tennessee State. We'll be back with more of this high-flying action on ESPN+. In a town that loves their fast cars like a Corvette, the Hilltoppers offense is humming to the tune of 100 miles an hour right now. My goodness, they are running and gunning. Take a look at the speed with which the Hilltoppers have been playing tonight.
Yeah, a lot of Hilltoppers getting in on the action. Six guys have scored already for Western Kentucky, and just everything going their way right now. Tennessee State looking for some answers here in the early going.
Tennessee State giving up a 5-for-5 display by the Hilltoppers in their last 5 shots, have only hit 1 of their last 7. While the Hilltoppers have scored 6 points in less than a minute to build this lead up to 17.
Yeah, they can really put a burst on you, and you've got to be careful with the basketball because these turnovers on the perimeter lead straight to transition opportunities. A lot of times 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s.
WKU has all 11 points off turnovers in this game for 7 Tennessee State turnovers, with 5 of them being live ball steals. Like you said, Jay, got to protect the basketball if you're Tennessee State with this new look roster that's been put together. Shot clock winding down. Young kid Brooks is swallowed up, and he can't get anywhere. Didn't even know the shot clock was about to hit 0.
Well, if you're Hank Plona, you're very pleased coming out of a timeout. You know that Tennessee State is drawing up a really good set to just try to get a quality look and to get a shot clock violation right there out of the timeout. That's a great feeling as a coach.
You're Tennessee State. The key to getting to the half court lies in what, Jay?
You just you gotta ball security right now has been one of their biggest problems. I mean, the shots that West Kentucky are getting are mostly at the rim. They have 12 points in the paint already, and a lot of that's because they're getting turnovers and not so great looks on the offensive end. It's leading to these good Hilltopper opportunities.
Bucket inside by Tennessee State's Carlos Williams. It's Tennessee State to the 10-point marker. Edlin in the game. His floater finishes. Smooth as silk. Former walk-on from Louisville making his presence felt as he's been in and out of the rotation with limited minutes at times and bigger minutes in others this season for Hank Plona.
Well, in a game like this with a lead early going as a coach, you kind of may use that opportunity to get some guys some looks that haven't gotten to play as much and that you think could help you a little bit more down the stretch.
Turn around by Harper, too strong. Bayless clears it. Edlin on the run, pushing, scoops it up, in and out. Oh, so close. Good rebound forced out there by Tennessee State, and the Tigers do win the stop. Justice Jackson, our player to watch so far, 0 for 3 with 2 assists.
Yeah, you know he's a focal point of West Kentucky's scout report, and so as a staff, you're over there very pleased that your guys have taken on that challenge and limited their, one of their best offensive players early in the game.
Foul called against WKU's Braxton Bayless. As the Hilltoppers sub in Lander and Tyrone Marshall for Columbay and McHenry. Tennessee State brings back in their leading scorer, Brandon Weston, who's lived up to the billing with 6 of Tennessee State's 10 points, mainly on 4-4 shooting at the foul line.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive and needs to continue to do so.
Tennessee State with the inbound. Finding Lorick. Jackson. Good kick out. Left wing 3. Too strong for Nkrumah. Phi wins the rebound nicely. And here come the Hilltoppers. Pedal to the middle. Lander the drive. Lefty floater. Too strong. Nkrumah seals off the rebound, and the Tigers push it back the other way with a pass right to Randy Lee. Oh.
Yeah, those are the ones for Coach Collins. That was a frustration because that was unforced. There's no need for you to pick your dribble up right there at half court and try to make that pass. Just
unnecessary.
Yeah, just unnecessary. I mean, there's going to be plenty that you have that you're trying to make plays and it doesn't work out. But the ones that are just unforced like that are the ones that nag at you as a coach.
So the Hilltoppers off another turnover from Tennessee State. Tigers have committed 9 of the 12 in this game. Watch as the corner 3 flies up too strong, and the rebound is swallowed up by Lorick. Tigers getting some defensive stops. Let's see if they can cash it in, having shot 3 of 14. Jackson out front, whips it over. Williams into the paint. Hook shot over Bayless, strong and smooth.
Tough shot, got right to his spot there in the paint, was able to elevate with a nice soft touch.
Carlos Williams, recognizing the mismatch with the smaller Braxton Bayless, now matches up against Jack Edelin in the corner. Edelin, the late second pass. Lander taking it with the left hand, floats it up and in. Wow!
Tough shot, going to his left hand and got the right shoulder into the defender. Nice body control, able to make that tough finish.
And nice seal off by 5 before the second chance score is put back in by Brandon Weston in Tennessee State. Still trailing, but putting a few good offensive possessions together.
Yeah, just want to get stops, get quality shots, chip away at this thing. Can't get it all back at one time, but it's 7.5 minutes here to get some quality offensive possessions and some defensive stops.
Lander popping quick, misses the 3 ball, and Weston races out for Tennessee State. Hunting, spins on Edelin, gets by him, and the reverse is denied by Phi, who looks at him. Oh, Bodenhammer trying to intercept Marshall, and he bumps it out of bounds. He's taking another break here. 7:20 remains in the first half, and Tennessee State trading buckets right now with WKU in Diddle Arena on ESPN+. Riley Chestnut with Jay Walton, and since the Hilltoppers built up that massive 25-8 lead, Tennessee State's responded by scoring their last 3 buckets inside the paint.
Yeah, rough start, but this right here is kind of more of the possession that we need to see from Tennessee State. Carlos Williams going strong to the dinner table there and elevating in traffic for the score. He's their second leading scorer. They need him to get going a little bit more to claw back in this thing in the last 7 minutes of the first half.
Hilltoppers led so far by 8 from McHenry as Marshall's cleared on the quick feed from Edelin, and another jam is punched in for the Hilltoppers.
Somebody left home a little too soon, cheating out to the corner there. Good pass fake and then punched the ball inside to Tyrone Marshall for the finish.
Respect to WKU as a respectable 3-point shooting team, while Williams lets it fly too hard. Good rebound by Lorick. Tennessee State with another second chance board. Tigers trying to take advantage, trailing by 17. Over halfway through the first half, Jackson cut off by Bayless, dribbles by him. Oh, Bodenhammer with the trouble handle. As the shot clock goes to 2, Bodenhammer drives, and he can't get the shot off. Another shot clock violation by a Tennessee State freshman.
Second this half already, and again, it was the sloppy passing by Tennessee State that put them in a position deep in that shot clock where they had to go try to make a play. Just they got to clean up the passing offensively.
Tennessee State trying to slow the tempo of this game down as the Hilltoppers now in their half-court set with Jackson and Bayless as their 2 guards. Lander, Colombe, and Marshall also out there. Lander lets it fly. Hard on the 3. Tennessee State brings it up in the hands of Justice Jackson, who's still trying to get on the board for the first time. Fouled on his way to the cup. Lander called for it. Bodenhammer off the floor. Tennessee State subs back in one of their starters, Aaron Nkrumah, the former Worcester State star out of his hometown in Worcester, Massachusetts. Nkrumah inbounding against Jackson. Throws it back out to half court where the ball's tipped and stolen away. Lander on the run, right hand blocked, saved, and put back in by Marshall. That's why you send 2 down there, in case the first one doesn't land.
Yeah, great block by Williams. He needs some teammates back there with him to help clean up the glass.
Gotta love a good garbage man. Tyrone Marshall, one of the best.
Yeah, I've been watching him play since he was a high school player in Nashville and just always been really, really impressed with his motor. He brings extreme energy, great around the offensive glass, makes a lot of hustle plays. He gets the crowd ignited. The kind of guy that the fans love to pull for here at Diddle Arena.
Absolutely. Tyrone Marshall, like you said, came from the Nashville area, earned his chance to play college ball first in JUCO at Colby Community College, and since then has starred for the last couple of years at WKU for 3 different head coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nice 3 from Lorick to answer. Oh, boy. And Penny Collins calls a timeout immediately. Doesn't want the Hilltoppers to get back into their fast-flying offense in transition. So we'll stay right here.
Yeah, first three of the game for TSU. They could stand to see a few more of those go in. Just have not gotten very many clean looks from the arc.
And that's not really been a part of their game this year either, Jay. Tennessee State, they defend the three at a pretty decent level, 32%, a little bit below average, as we see some of the bigger moments, including this nice punch jam from Tyrone Marshall, the do-it-all guy for the Hilltoppers, who's really thrived the last 2 years as a starter. But Tennessee State, offensively, they're built a lot on their ability to score around the basket, not from the perimeter.
Yeah, they've got a couple guys that are struggling from behind the arc, and would love to see more shots go in, but you're right, it's not the staple of their offense so far.
Meanwhile, the Hilltoppers against Tennessee State, you look at the numbers, Tennessee State assisting on 5 of their 6 made baskets, but they've only hit 6 of their first 19 as McHenry's cleared to drive in and score with the foul collected. There's that first step you mentioned, Jay.
Well, there's a little miscommunication on the ball screen up top. Either it was supposed to have been a switch or a hard hedge, and nobody ever stopped McHenry. And when he gets going downhill like that, especially with that left hand, he's a hard guy to stop.
Don McHenry, despite having some down shooting numbers this year compared to last, is 8th in the conference in points per game, top 10 in field goal percentage, and made free throws as he adds to that total. Hilltoppers building the lead up again, 36-17 with only 5 minutes left before half. And here comes the backcourt three-quarter pressure.
Yeah, we've seen that almost every made free throw tonight, and again with another turnover.
Tennessee State really hurting themselves as they try and collect some momentum. This is the final week of non-conference play for Tennessee State before they begin their OVC conference slate with 20 games in conference. Went 10-8 in league play last year. Jackson, Swarm, saves it out front to Colombe. Oh, the pass poked away and picked up by Jackson. Shot clock still down to 10 as McHenry gets the outlet. Fakes the 3 ball. Thedford attacks and kicks. Good ball movement. Thedford needs to shoot, does so. In and out. Lowered the rebound, and Tennessee State comes back up the floor.
That was great hustle and ball movement. Very unselfish play there by West Kentucky. Not able to get it to go down, but that was a great possession.
Whistle blows away from the basketball as Tyrone Marshall now getting into it a little bit with Aaron Nkrumah, who took offense to the way he bumped him off the screen, and they need to be separated. The competitive fire is burning hot here tonight.
Yeah, I would say if you're Nkrumah, the way things have gone for him tonight, yeah, puts you in a little bit of a testy mood, right?
Right. Nkrumah missing both of his shots, both from outside, but he does have 4 rebounds to lead Tennessee State as he checks out of the ball game with Lorick.
We'll see right here, you got Ogundele off the bench, and an opportunity maybe for TSU to go inside and play through him. He's got a little bit of a size advantage in his matchup here, and maybe get a paint touch, lead to some offense here for TSU.
I think Hank Plona was thinking the same thing, so he subbed in the equally imposing Leroy Odiaye to match up with him. Ball whipped over by Harper, thrown into Ogundele as Odiaye marks him. Ogundele kicking out of the double team. Harper rising for a contested 3 ball, and he hits it. Wow!
Great job by Ogundele establishing position. He waits for the double team to come, picked his dribble up, had vision, and got the ball to the weak side of the floor for a wide open shot. It's textbook right there, operating out of the double team.
Straight out of the Tim Duncan playbook. In the left corner, Thedford saves the basketball. And now the foul is called. Penny Collins hates it as he gives the official an immediate earful. I can understand why Coach Collins might have been a little bit upset, but we'll talk more about it after this break as we reach our final media timeout of the first half. Tennessee State down on the road at WKU by double digits, looking for any momentum heading into halftime on ESPN+. Tennessee State relying a lot on their inside game to stay in this contest, but the Hilltoppers slowly pulling away, having shot 60% on 25 shots in this first half. That being said, Tennessee State has started to work a little bit more off the inside part of their game, including on this last play from Ogundele.
Yeah, Gundele got great position in the block, waited for the double team to arrive, and able to get the ball to the weak side of the floor for a wide open shooter. Knocked down. That's how you do it.
Exactly right. Straight out of the old playbook from the mid-2000s of NBA basketball, when a lot of it was predicated on inside-out play. Harper guards the inbound after the foul was called on Tennessee State, and Odiaye catches. Shot clock has time for the Hilltoppers, up 16, entering the end of the first half as we see a step out of bounds on the drive by Kalambe. And Tennessee State wins possession back on the turnover. That's only the 4th turnover of this game for the Hilltoppers. Tennessee State has committed 12. Williams bringing the ball out, facing some high court pressure. Nicely broken. Maddox Bodenhammer, the Nashvilleian in his freshman year out of Antioch. Looks out right to Harper, who flies again and hits the 3 with a late closeout. My goodness, Deuce Harper's feeling hot.
Second in a row, and they need somebody to spark their offense right here. And so good to see that young man knocking a couple jumpers down.
Real name is Travis, but the nickname is Deuce. Travis Harper II, who spent 3 years at the 2nd Division of college basketball in the Peach Belt with Clayton State's Lakers. Most points in a single season for CSU since 2014 and 15. And man, oh man, led the Lakers last year with 17 points and 7 boards per game.
Yeah, we talked about 15 new guys on the roster this year, and Deuce Harper was the first guy to commit to Coach Collins back in the spring, and then after that, the dominoes just kind of started falling into place. But a guy that has proven himself in the Division II level, and now showing he can get it done right here in Division I as well.
Maddox Bodenhammer, one of 4 freshmen on this Tennessee State roster that's been newly assembled and is one of the least experienced playing together in all of college basketball. Harper, the heat check, short rims the 3, but Bodenhammer wins the board. Williams slipping it inside, and the shot from Weston comes with a foul. Nice move by Weston to earn the foul shots.
Yeah, going back to the free throw line where he makes a living. By far has shot more free throws than anybody else on the Tennessee State roster, and just a very aggressive player, really, really strong around the basket. Good pass inside, and just the defense too late to rotate, and all they could do was foul.
Jalen Jackson in foul trouble now with 3 fouls already. And Weston's first free throw falls in, cash money. So Jackson will likely have to sit the rest of this first half, having committed 3 fouls already, but he'll be on a little hesitant time for the rest of the game to try and avoid fouling out. Big loss for the Hilltoppers, one of their best defensive stoppers on the perimeter, and Weston now 6 of 6 tonight at the foul line with all 6 makes for Tennessee State. He's entered double figures with 10 points. Tennessee State staying back in a zone defensive look. 2-3 is how it looks. Fye in the middle, going into Ogundele, stuck underneath the big man with the lefty hook. He tops it off nicely.
Oh, such nice footwork and touch on the finish with the left hand.
The native of Saly, Senegal, making his presence felt is Fye. Now at 5 points with the Hilltoppers up 13. 2:20 remains before halftime. The 10th meeting ever between Tennessee State and WKU. Weston leaning in, holds off, looks to Bodenhammer. Freshmen lose the basketball, bounce it inside to Weston, who puts it up and hits it. Lucky break there.
They need a few more, too. It seems like in the early going, especially, every loose ball bounced West Kentucky's way. Right there, they get the bunny.
Bedford, who has the ball poked out of his hands, fights to save it and throws it away to Harper. One-on-one, Harper the other way, misses off the front rim, and the rebound saved to Harper for the scoop. And Hank Plona says, enough, timeout. We'll stay right here, but Jay, what effort there by a Tennessee State guard and Maddox Bodenhammer, and who's the first guy to give him a high five? Penny Collins.
Yeah, he loves what he's seeing right now, and then Tigers showing a little bit of signs of life here, getting a few turnovers of their own, converting that into some transition offense. And Bodenhammer, the young freshman, doesn't look to score a lot, or the role player so far, but man, nobody plays harder than he does. He's very active, especially with his hands defensively, and right there, heads up play, finding the ball and getting the getting a second chance opportunity there. So here we go, less than 2 minutes to go. Tennessee State has clawed back into this thing and feeling like, all right, guys, we're right, you know, got a chance here. So a couple stops here towards the end of the half and quality possessions offensively, and you go into the half with a little bit of momentum.
Since our last break and stat update where the Tops led 36-20, Tennessee State has gone from shooting 7 of 20 to hitting 3 of their last 5. Riding the hot wave with a few turnovers here and there, as Tennessee State's only forced 5 out of WKU in this first half, but that last one led to a quick score on the other end by heat check Travis Deuce Harper II, who's got 8 points already, second only to Weston's 12 as a foul is committed by Tennessee State. And the guilty party is the red-hot Travis Harper II of Tennessee State. So Braxton Bayless will go back to the free throw line. First time in this game, regular appearances all season. Bayless 7 of 13 this season at the charity stripe. Both teams are now in the bonus with 94 seconds left. Bayless nails the first free throw. He may have been struggling from the line this season, Jay, but Bayless in his career is a 77% foul shooter, so you figured that number is going to turn at some point.
Right, he's due for a good streak here, and let's see if he can knock this second one down.
He does. Smooth as silk for Bayless. And the Hilltoppers regain their double-digit lead where they've spent the majority of this game so far. Under 90 seconds left, Tops up 40-29 on Tennessee State. Ogundele back in the game, holds in the circle, looks in, fakes and drives into Phi. Pushed it out left to Williams, who lets the 3-ball go. Too strong, rebound, tipped to McHenry, and led ahead to Marshall. Looking to Phi on the other end. Phi is rejected at the top by Williams. What a swat. Will Williams finish it off the other way? No, he has the ball poked out of his hands, and a foul is called. And the Hilltopper fans can't believe it. That foul called on Enoch Colombe.
No, they feel like the ball was dribbled off his leg and should have been another turnover, but Jeb Hartness says, I got contact. The reason he dribbled it off his leg. Let's see.
Maybe he meant Tyrone Marshall as who was guilty of that foul.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because Colombe isn't anywhere on the floor. Free throw up, swished. 1-1 is nailed. And Tennessee State, despite the turnovers they've had, Jay, with 12 of the 17, they have a chance now with 1 minute left to make it a single-digit game.
Yeah, it's like I said, a little momentum going into the half, calm down, settle things offensively a little bit, and you got some momentum to work with.
Williams cans both free throws, and Tennessee State, who struggled at the foul line this season, hitting 62% of their shots, is 7 of 8.
Big stop here for Tennessee State's defense.
On the 12-2 run, can the Tigers surge into halftime with momentum as Bayless looking, goes inside with the right scoop and scores it. Falling down off balance. Nice play.
Both defenders chased the shooter off the screen, not communicating there defensively. And Bayless with a really, really good read. It slips it right there to the middle of the paint, able to kiss it off the glass.
Bodenhammer hounded, saves it. Ogundele holds it out front. Shot clock at 10, game clock at 24. Bodenham into Phi, spinning right, the turnaround. Too strong, Phi gets the board, and the Hilltoppers can hold for the final shot. 10 seconds left, Hilltoppers up 42-31. Bayless slipping on the drive, left side as it's swatted out of his hand by Bodenhammer. Tops will get a chance with 4.4 left. Tennessee State over the last 2.5 on a 12-2 run as the feed finds Phi. Underneath, he goes up and he's fouled by Ogundele. Good shot fake.
That was well executed out of bounds play. They were looking for the lob. I think they liked to throw that up to the rim for Phi. Just the timing wasn't quite there. Ogundele didn't get the help there on the screen. And Phi got a chance to knock 2 free throws down here to head into the locker room.
Babacar Phi back to the foul line. 5 points and 3 boards for Phi. Switches another. The mixture of inside skill and shooting touch has made Babacar Faye, from a guy that probably wasn't on the radar of too many teams, now into a possible all-conference player this year as a breakout candidate for the Tops.
You love to see a guy that works and really improves, and that coaching staff will tell you that he's a very, very hard worker, dedicated to his craft, and it is paying off.
Final second, half-court prayer by Bodenhammer, too late. And WKU enters halftime, even with the late run by Tennessee State, on the strength of their high-pressing offense and speed, leading 44-31 with a litany of live ball turnovers turned into fast break scores. We'll take a break as we get ready for halftime. You're watching college basketball on ESPN+. We're less than 3 minutes away from starting the second half, but we got a whole first half of highlights to look back on as WKU built up this 44-31 lead on the strength of their transition offense and high-flying ability. But Tennessee State's still fighting hard and getting some great contributions, starting with their leading man, Brandon Weston. Yeah, you can always find him around the basket. He's got a nose for the ball and just a tough, physical guy, loves the contact, able to make him a living at the free throw line. He's been there several times tonight. Brandon Weston with a team-high 12 points, game-high in fact, but he's not alone. You've also got the play of Carlos Williams that's keeping the Tennessee State Tigers' inside game alive. Yeah, it took Carlos a little while to get going, but a nice strong move there in the paint. Big-time block on Faye's dunk attempt there. Meanwhile, for the Hilltoppers, you've got to note that guys like Don McHenry have really lit it up as well. McHenry leads the Tops with 11 points off 4 or 5 shooting. Well, there's one of those early turnovers by Tennessee State that leads to an easy one. And, yeah, you want to make McHenry work as much as possible. That time right there, you see the excellent shot fake and the blow-by, drive to the basket, and there he is. Watching Babacar Faye get rewarded for his hustle. That's right. He ran the floor, didn't get the first one, but bounced right to him and able to clean it up. When you work hard, good things tend to happen, and Babacar Faye, one of the hardest working guys out there every time. Well, that's his most impressive offensive move of the first half. Just a really good spin move, good footwork, was balanced, and didn't let the bigger Ogundele knock him off his base there, and able to finish with a nice left-hand touch. So heading into the second half, Mr. Walton, if you had any notes for both teams, what else do you think will be the difference in whoever comes out of here with a victory? Well, if you're Tennessee State and you're going to have a chance to win this game, it's got to be now. You cannot afford the same kind of start you had in the first half. You've got to take care of the ball, get really good shot attempts every possession. That doesn't mean you got to make them all, but you got to get looks. You can't afford the turnovers out on the perimeter that lead to what we like to call a pick six. Analogy to football. Can't afford those. And, if you're Hank Cloney, you're telling your team, hey, don't let them think they've got a chance to get back in this. Let's set the tone early, create those turnovers, and get out and run and really stretch this lead out instead of letting them narrow the gap. Tennessee State hasn't won yet on the road this year. They have lost their first 3 games away from the Gentry Center, but they did come close to a victory when they took on another well-respected mid-major up in Fort Collins, Colorado, and lost 87-79 in 1 overtime to Colorado State. Yeah, tough place to play out there, a long road trip, and so yeah, came close. And I know Coach Collins is not into moral victories. He'd like to have gotten over the hump and won that one, and yeah, he's got 20 minutes to see what they can do here at West Kentucky tonight. Hilltoppers start the second half with the rock in Bayless's hands. Bounce pass to Faye. Faye in this game 7 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Works inside, hooks it up, misses it with great defense from former Middle Tennessee player Josh Ogundele to swallow that board up. So Aaron Nkrumah gets it over timeline and feeds Weston, the game's leading scorer, with 6 points at the foul line for his 12. Corner 3, Jackson, short. Ogundele gets the offensive board, slapped out of his hand. Turnover. Great offensive rebound by Ogundele, but you got to keep the ball high. Need a little more urgency in that spot as you see Marshall try and feed it, and Williams comes up with the kickball to stop the feed. And the missed 3 by Justice Jackson down there in the corner. I know Coach Collins would love to see him get going. He was scoreless in the first half, and they're going to have a chance to get back in this game. They're going to need him to provide some punch offensively. My goodness, Williams flew in fast and hard to cut off Marshall, whose shot was behind the backboard. Might have needed to have cut him off there. That ball would have been deflected off something anyway.
There was a hard screen there on the out-of-bounds play and a wide-open layup attempt. No option but to foul there for Tennessee State.
So Marshall goes to the free throw line. 4 points in this game, and his first foul shot of the evening is solid. Hilltoppers making a good living at the foul line. They're 8 of 10. And the rebound for Colombe gets the Hilltoppers out of trouble. That's something that's been evident all night long, G, is the Hilltoppers defense, led by their bigs, has done a great job of hustling back both offensively and defensively.
They do. They put pressure on you in transition by getting out, running to the rim, and conversely on the defensive transition, they get back to the paint and protect the basket.
Douse line drive three not there, and Marshall running off with the board gives to McHenry. Back to Marshall with a no-look feed inside. Odiai's shot blocked, but he gets fouled by Langley. And there you see it, in just the span of 8 seconds, Leroy Odiai gets running back up the floor and gets rewarded for it.
Started with the defensive rebound by Marshall on this end down here, and he's a guy that's throughout his career, he'll take it and run with it. He'll dribble, bust out, and ignite the break himself. Gave it up to McHenry, and then a nifty pass inside, and Odiai rewarded again by running the floor. You can tell that they spend time in their practices talking to their bigs about running the floor. It's evident.
Odiai ices the free throw, and that means that Odiai is now a 1,000% foul shooter this year. His first one goes.
Attaboy.
Colombe off the floor with McHenry is Don. 15 points on an efficient 6 of 10 display. McHenry, the last 2 games, he's been hyper efficient after that slow start shooting the ball. Odiai's high rise free throw. Bounces off the back rim and gets the kind bounce.
Roll.
There you go.
Kind of night that the Hilltoppers were having tonight. A lot of balls just bouncing their way, especially in the early going, and then a tough one for Tennessee State.
For Odiai, he puts the Hilltoppers ahead, 75-48 with 8 minutes to spare from a 5-1 start at home this season, as Weston with the slick drive up and under finishes, and the Hilltoppers run it back up the floor. But give credit, Tennessee State's Josh Ogundele, who is one of the bigger guys you can find out there, halts the fast break.
Yeah, he's not going to win a track meet against Babacar 5 very often, but that time was able to get back and stop a layup.
We'll be back as the Hilltoppers lead by 25, looking for a comfy win to start their 4-game homestand on ESPN+. Welcome back, everybody. We are 7:53 away from wrapping up the 5th straight win at home for Big Red and the Hilltoppers. Riley Chestnut with Jay Walton. And Jay, as you have the stats in your hand, what do you think stuck out to you over the course of this night?
Early on, it was the turnovers, obviously, that got Tennessee State in a rough spot early. I'd say the only bright spot for them so far, they are winning the battle of the rebounds. They got 9 offensive boards, and a couple individuals have stood out. Brandon Weston's had a really nice game. He's 8 for 8 from the foul line, got to the free throw line a lot. But yeah, 8 minutes left to try to put some rhythm together offensively and try to get some quality looks.
This is the last pre-conference D1 game Tennessee State will play before they go home and host Johnson out of the lower levels in a couple of days and then begin OVC play. So if you're the Tennessee State Tigers and you're a team that is playing exclusively with newcomers on the floor right now, as you see that slam missed by Williams, and that's going to earn him a spot on the blooper reel even if the Tigers get the ball back. You're just searching for anything you can do to build momentum.
That was a great drive, way to attack the glass, and there just hadn't been very many clean looks like that for the Tigers tonight, so you really got to capitalize on that and throw that one down.
Williams attacks, Marshall floats it, misses, the rebound is tipped, and Fye wrapped up in a toss-up with Ogundele as the jump ball whistle blows, and the Hilltoppers take possession back. That's the second time we've seen Babacar Fye get shaken up fighting for a possession. Let's see it here. No easy feat to go man-to-man with a guy like Josh Ogundele, but great job by Fye to force the jump ball.
Yeah, I think he is going to lose that wrestling match most of the time.
Great spirit as Tennessee State applies the trap and gets it broken. Marshall looking to Edlin. Hilltoppers with 7 minutes left in full control, up 25 points. Swing pass, Fye, jab stepping. Taking the drive in on Ogundele with the speed, misses the layup when he had the move. Tennessee State earns the possession back. Tough call.
Great move, using his length to get all the way to the basket from the three-point line, and a couple dribbles there. Unable to finish with the left, but really good first step, getting by his defender.
So Josh Ogundele and Babakar Fai, the first two guys back out on the other end of the floor as Tennessee State, off the miss by Fai, gets back into their offense. Pass saved to Weston as he drives in and hooks it to Ogundele. Big man holds off and dribbles it out. Hands it off a screen. Jackson through Fai. Floater caught down low and swiped at out of bounds. Ball remains with Tennessee State. Now the Hilltoppers are initiating double teams down on the block.
Those great hands by Jalen Jackson. He saved a layup there.
Fake by Weston leads to the foul by Jackson. And that looks to be the fifth and final foul of Jalen Jackson's night. Tough break for him as McHenry gets ready to sub in for him.
Really good shot fake by Weston there. Always want to be the second defender or the second one off the floor if you're the defender, and Jackson gets hung up there. But a really good shot fake by Weston. That's indicative of why he lives at the foul line the way he does.
Absolutely. So Weston settling in. 8 of 8 at the line. And I did not jinx him. He's 9 of 9. So Weston approaching the 20-point plateau as Weston on the verge of making it 5 20-point games out of the first 10 to begin his tenure at Tennessee State. Takes a deep breath. And he hits it. 20 points for Weston, 10 on 10 makes at the foul line. This is his 5th 20-point game in the first 10 for the club. Now the Hilltoppers facing some pressure from Tennessee State. Break it with a feed to Lander and a kick. Fai's 3. In and out. You'd expect that on the road, not at home, but the road rim strikes Fai. So the Hilltoppers up 23. Watch Tennessee State's Jackson go to work on Edlin and twist him around to earn the foul call on Jack Edlin when Jackson did a good job of using his size and physicality. Hilltoppers still in full control with 6:17 to spare. Inbound finds Weston underneath, and he gets fouled by Marshall. Another job on the inbounds feed that leads Weston right to an open shot.
Yeah, Marshall caught sleeping there, not really aware, not ready to defend this out-of-bounds play, and Hank Plona is letting him know it's time to wake up.
That's twice now that Weston's gotten open on an inbounds play for a foul. Down low by a Hilltopper to send him to the line, where Weston's 10 of 10 for his 20 points. Weston with a breath. And he hits the free throw. 11 of 11 display at the foul line by Brandon Weston. That is 2 more than his previous career high of 9 made free throws. What a job he's done to get to the line tonight.
Yeah, this is a really tough matchup, and will even be more so of a matchup nightmare in the OVC as they head into conference play. Has the ability to be really good around the basket, but he can also step out and take a bigger guy off the dribble.
It seems that the new scenery in Weston's 3rd different stop as a college player has been the one he's been working for. A guy who averages nearly 7 points per game in his career, averaging a team high 17, and now with 5 20-point games so far this season for the Tennessee State Tigers, Weston has finally found the place that he can thrive.
Yeah, and you hope to see him have a great finish to his career and lead this Tigers team to a lot of wins.
So McHenry with Weston on his 6. Pushes it to Edlin. Hilltoppers wasting the clock down. Still up by 21 is McHenry with the head fake. Takes the 3 ball, but it looked like it was contested and blocked. Shot clock doesn't reset. Edlin needs to fire it up, and he does so. And he misses everything. Shot clock violation with the Hilltoppers caught behind the 8 ball. And it looks like that will send us to immediate timeout. Maybe not immediate timeout. Looks like it was called.
Yeah, I think Hank Plona wants to settle his team down even with a 21-point lead late in the game. Hey, let's don't get sloppy here. Let's keep doing what we do. Keep executing on both ends of the floor. Let's don't start taking bad shots. Let's still be us and finish this game off the way we started it.
Exactly right. Over the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds, the Hilltoppers have given up a 6-0 run to Tennessee State that's allowed the Tigers to claw back for whatever it's worth to make it a 21-point game. 6 straight points by Tennessee State. Hilltoppers, meanwhile, haven't scored in nearly 2.5 minutes and have only hit 2 of their last 10 shots. Main job being done by Tennessee State belongs to the game's leading scorer, Brandon Weston. The former Rhode Island player, Seton Hall Pirate, has got 22 points off 12 of 12 foul shooting. A new career best mark from the charity stripe by Weston for his 5th 20-point game as a Tiger through the first 10 of his career. Jackson holds out front as the Hilltoppers play in what looks like a switch man-to-man with that 3-ball up top, swirling in and out for the Marshall board that he loses out of bounds. Contact by Williams forcing Marshall to cough it up, and that gives Tennessee State another chance. It's been the area Tennessee State shine brightest is on the boards where they're out rebounding WKU 36-28. Left wing 3 by Jackson, too short. And Kalambe with the board, knocked out of his hand by Weston. And the Hilltoppers finally get their possession back. And the Hilltoppers need someone to inbound it. So Edlin will go to do it. Tennessee State turning up the pressure with full court. Kalambe catching under the basket, finds Edlin. And Edlin brings it up. Looks to Marshall, left wing, high pass. So the Hilltoppers settling. 6 straight by Tennessee State, still down 21 as Edlin spins and kicks. Phi right corner with the 3. Too hard. Tigers push it up ahead to Weston. Leading scorer with 22 as he spins down low. Takes the shot and is called for too many steps. His second travel. Oh boy. Weston is down.
I think that's a cramp. Let's hope so. He's grabbing the back of his calf there. Played a lot of minutes tonight.
Yeah.
I just hope he just, sometimes when you go up and you hit the ground, that calf just grabs and locks up. And let's hope that this is going to stretch it out and get him settled down a bit.
It looks exactly like what the Tennessee State trainer's trying to do is loosen up that left calf. Weston doesn't seem to be responding well to it as Hank Plona calls the Hilltopper players back over to their side of the floor to talk about things.
Make for a tricky bus ride back.
It would.
That calf cramp grabs you again.
Exactly right. We already saw Weston off of that first contact play to begin the game with Babacar Phi exit for a few plays. And now having another scare here tonight. Looks like he cramps himself into a position where he has to be helped off the floor. Really struggling to put any pressure on that left leg of his, and that is not a good sign if you're Tennessee State and your leading scorer is checking out of the game. You feel for the kid for sure. Brandon Weston has been an all-OVC level player so far this season at his new home in Nashville.
Yeah, definitely one of the guys to look for in that league.
Kalambe the inbound. And now the Hilltoppers break it with some nifty passing. Kalambe in the middle. Lefty hook in off the window. Wow. That was well played.
Yeah, Tennessee State trying to press a little bit, just trying to create some kind of disruption, and that was handled about as good as you can by the Hilltoppers there. Great finish by Kalambe.
Good alteration forced by the presence of Phi, but the rebound picked up by Jackson down low as he sends the loose change into the slot. Hilltoppers still up by 21 with only 4 minutes left from 5 straight wins at home and a 6-3 start to the season. McHenry the fake. Edlin stuck with Harper, backs him out. Hilltoppers can waste some time here. Marshall looking around, takes the drive on Williams, stuck on his pivot, feeds it, Phi's hook, missing, but he's fouled by Ogundele. And it looks like we have reached our final media timeout with 3:57 to go. WKU leads 77-56 in a game where the Hilltoppers have shot 50%. Great shooting night for a high-flying offense as you watch more on ESPN+. In a game where WKU has never trailed, the Hilltoppers are just 4 minutes away from their 5th straight win inside their home and haven EA Diddle Arena. And looking back at this play off of the press, the Hilltoppers doing a fine job of playing team basketball tonight.
Textbook way to break the press. The ball touched the floor one time as it comes up the floor. Excellent finish. And for a team that pushes the pace as much as Western Kentucky likes to do, only 10 turnovers tonight. And TSU has only been able to convert that into 7 points. And so that is a very one of the very many reasons that West Kentucky will be very dangerous in Conference USA, the way they attack and take care of the ball as well.
Babacar Faye at the line. Rolls in the free throw. So Faye puts the Hilltoppers ahead, 78-56. Faye joining the double-digit mark as one of 4 Hilltoppers with at least 10 tonight. Also 6 boards to lead the Tops in that regard. Faye's next free throw cashes in as well. It's been a nice night for a number of Hilltoppers, led by some pretty familiar names in Ty Marshall, Christian Lander, Babacar Faye, and Don McHenry, all with at least 10 tonight. Leading scorer, Don McHenry, 7 of 13 shooting for 18 points. And Don McHenry now 14 for 28 in his last 2 contests, which both look to be wins for the Hilltoppers at Evansville and here tonight against Tennessee State. Jackson slipping it over. Williams needs to shoot it, does so, misses it. Ogundele gets the offensive board with that big body of his, works it, spins inside, goes up, gets the shot in, but he got fouled before he could get it up. At that point, after working that hard defensively, Ogundele using his size to just outmuscle the Hilltoppers.
He did a great job of shielding the rebounder underneath the basket. He got the long rebound, and that time he kept it high, didn't he? Bounced it, picked it up, got those elbows out wide, and when he does that, it's a foul waiting to happen because you just really have no other way to get to the ball.
It's a newer role for Josh Ogundele, who in his past stops at Iowa and last year at Middle Tennessee never played any more than 9 minutes a game, so he's expected to play a big part this year as he misses the 1-and-1 and the Hilltoppers swarm for the ball. Push it down court with Edlin. And wow, WKU, in the blink of an eye, settles into the half-court set. Christian Lander working off the screen. Goes over to Jalen Dorsey, who makes his first appearance of the night. Right wing 3 for Colombe is short. Rebound, chased out of bounds. Too late. And Tennessee State, with a seal out from Ogundele, gets the ball back. But you can see Josh Ogundele huffing his way back up the floor. He is gassed.
Yeah, good opportunity for him right now to push himself through these last, 3 minutes, get a little bit of conditioning build up because they could use him on the floor for more extended periods of time. He's a problem down there in the paint.
That's a screen for Jackson, who takes the hard drive, floats it wide, and Lander picks up the loose one. Hilltoppers push it with numbers as Edlin left wing fire it up. In and out on the 3, Colombe the board. Turns it around, the fadeaway, too strong. Odiaye tries to get the one-armed rebound and ends up losing it out of bounds. That being said, though, Leroy Odiaye's length has been a problem tonight. He's gotten a hand, it feels like, on every rebound available.
He's been super active and not a lot of production as far as points goes, but been a great backup and given some quality minutes, allowing them to rest Babacar Faye a little bit here and there. And that will continue to be a big need for them in conference play as well.
Hilltoppers emptying their bench out, sending in guys like Jalen Dorsey, the former student manager, who's since transitioned to a playing career. Doused. Over to Williams. Into Ogundele. He looks around as the double team comes from Dorsey. Ogundele trapped, bounce it out wide, and the ball is ricocheted for the pickup. Hilltoppers force another turnover from Tennessee State. And Edlin looks to Colombe. Over to Lander, left corner pop. Oh, baby. That feels like icing on the cake, Jay, for what's a dominant night.
Exact phrase I was thinking about. That'll cap it off pretty good right there.
Christian Lander putting the Hilltoppers ahead as he's up to 19 points. And a Tennessee State timeout call allows the crowd to serenade the Hilltoppers with what feels like a well-deserved victory applause.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, we get ready to see a guy who has earned quite a name for himself as a victory cigar kind of player off the bench. Tyler Fluff Olden is getting ready to check in.
Well, you might hear the loudest reaction from the crowd all night if he was able to get a shot to go down. Love to see it.
I know his teammates will be clamoring to see him shoot the ball and see if he can put another nice top on top of this very excellent win for the Hilltoppers. And man, the theme remains the same. The Hilltoppers tonight scoring 82 points. They're a team that averages 80, so they keep that trend in the right direction. They shoot 48%, 10 of 26 from deep. And Jay, you look at the way the Hilltoppers offense has been humming here at home. The Hilltoppers have now had 5 of their highest scoring games at home this season.
It's a tough environment, and there's been a lot of people coming here and really struggled to get wins. Not the kind of night that Tennessee State wanted to have. When you go on the road and play in a place like Diddle Arena, you gotta get off to a great start, number one, which they were not able to do. And you got to kind of be at your best just to have a chance in this kind of environment, and was not in the cards for the Tigers tonight.
This is now the 3rd game at home. The Hilltoppers have hit at least 10 threes as well. They hit 16 off 50% shooting versus Campbellsville in their first win of the season. And they also hit 14 threes in a dominant 79-62 win over Jackson State off of 45% shooting. Tonight, 39%, 10 of 26 from deep.
Balanced scoring too, got a lot of guys in on the act, and everybody should feel really good after tonight and makes these next couple of days of practice really fun and lock in on that next scouting report here in a couple of days.
It's a nice start to a season-long 4-game homestand for the Hilltoppers, and they will certainly have a big test coming up this Saturday at 1 p.m. when they host a very good Murray State team.
Yeah, I always love this time of year as a player because, the exams were over, there's no classes, the cafeteria's closed, so you get a little meal money in your pocket, nothing to do but eat, sleep, and play ball.
While we were talking about all that stuff, Leroy Odiai took a basketball in what looks to be the groin area. Let's see it here. Oh! Ouch. Carlos Williams, if anything, will fight tooth and nail to keep a play alive, and he just showed it right there. Is it wrong to say he got all ball on that one?
That is wrong to say. That's very wrong to say.
Leroy Odiai off the floor for Enoch Kalambe, and he is going to earn a hero's ovation and a nice hearty slap on the back from Hank Plona.
Great effort.
The fact that Leroy Odiahi just checked out and he's only scored 4 points tonight with 3 boards shows you just how much his play altered this game for the Hilltoppers. Goes beyond the box score as Harper rises, short rims the 3, gets his own miss, and gets fouled as Dorsey fights to take the ball away from him.
Yeah, Harper a little quiet in the second half, had a great burst in the first half. I think, being his first action of the year tonight, probably conditioning a little bit, not quite in the shape that he will be a few games from now. And so, yeah, that offensive punch that he provided in the first half is something that the Tigers will definitely need moving forward.
And if they can get it from him in the starting role or off the bench until he proves himself worthy of a starting role, that's only going to help this Tennessee State team that, despite their lack of team continuity, has proven to be very talented, scoring nearly 84 points a game. I will say, though, that 2 of their games, which were both wins out of the 3 that they put together this year, were against a lower Division Fisk team, and then against East-West University, a team outside the Division I ranks as well. So the numbers might be a little inflated for Tennessee State. But they certainly have talent and something to build off of as Olden, with the crowd cheering for him, gives it back to Edelin. 2 walk-ons trading passes with each other. Edelin over to Dorsey. Former student manager driving in, spinning. Stuck, leans in, scoops it up, misses the shot. This is walk-on ball right here for WKU.
He was not going to be denied on that shot attempt.
Looks like the Hilltopper band's chanting "Warm Up the Bus" to send Tennessee State back down the road to Nashville, Tennessee. Tigers with a lot to learn as they look to drop to 3-7 with 4 straight losses, while the Tops improve to 5 straight wins here at home. Bodenhammer the drive and kick. Brooks handles it, scoops it, misses it. Rebound ricochets underneath. Ball is fought for by Kalambe, and the final buzzer sounds on a well-earned 24-point win for the Hilltoppers with their offense riding high again.
Yeah, just pretty much in control from start to finish tonight. Just what you want from the start of this homestand. A great win to springboard into these next few here at home.
WKU shooting 48% off 61 shots, out-shooting Tennessee State, who's held to 32% shooting. And I think the most impressive thing, Jay, was the Hilltoppers. They gave up only 36% shooting in the first half, and they only gave up 28% shooting in the second.
It's a very solid defensive effort, and a lot of those defensive stops, as we talked about, led to outlet pass, transition opportunities, and got the Tigers on their heels from the very, very beginning of the game.
It's exactly the kind of performance you want to see to start a homestand, as the Hilltoppers, after that 0-2 start, have now gone to a 6-3 record.
Well, they're in a great position to reel off a few here in a row, headed into the Christmas holiday and then into conference play after that.
It's a big-time performance for WKU, spearheaded by 4 different Hilltoppers who finish in double figures, led by Christian Landers, 19 points on 5 threes.
Yeah, again, we talked about the balance that they have, and then they got several guys that could be that guy every night. You know, things run through Babacar Faye a lot of times in the half-court set, but that opens up. When he's good down low, that opens up a lot of opportunities for these shooters, and Lander was the guy tonight that was the beneficiary of those.
And it all started with the strong inside game for the Hilltoppers, who finish with 36 points in the paint to really establish dominance there.
Yeah, just like we said, dominant from start to finish. I think it was 12-2 to start the game, and really got Tennessee State on their heels. And anytime that the Tigers did have that one little stretch right there at the beginning, into the first half, but every time they made a little run, West Kentucky closed that door.
For Jay Walton, I'm Riley Chestnut, and the Hilltoppers take home victory over Tennessee State here tonight on ESPN+.